Okay, class. This is week of January 25th to 29th. This is our Class Connect recording, and we are just going to quickly go over our lesson for this week. If you have not already checked out the class news of this week, this will give you your assignments. Remember to check out our reading, Unit 1. Your assignments for this week are Read 101 and 102. And then you will also complete the fitness plan surveys 1, 2, and 3, which are located in your assignments for PE in that tab. So pretty easy to access and complete. Those should take less than 10 minutes. So where to find those in your Unit 1 Physical Fitness, Principles of Exercise 101 and 102, read those, and then to complete the fitness plan surveys 1, 2, and 3. All right, so why is physical fitness important? It is important for a healthy body and healthy mind. Your pituitary gland releases endorphins into your bloodstream. These endorphins can reduce stress and make you feel exhilarated. Exercise also makes your healthy body, building muscle, burning fat, increasing your blood flow, and lowering cholesterol. So where in the world is your pituitary gland? It is your small structure at the base of the brain, which releases a wide variety of hormones that in turn control the activity of the body's other hormone glands. And what in the world are your endorphins? Your endorphins are typically called your happy hormone. So your brain, after sitting quietly, looks like this, and then your brain, after 20 minutes of walking, triggers your endorphins. Your endorphins help relieve stress, relieve pain, and then they do produce just a little bit of your happy hormones. Exercise increases your well-being. Release of endorphins can be increased by up to 5 times of your resting level. It improves your mood and level of relaxation. It reduces anxiety, reduces tension, reduces anger, reduces confusion, reduces boredom, and alleviates food focus. So obviously, the reduced releasing of endorphins for exercise is a huge benefit of physical fitness and physical activity. So how do you know if the things that you think are active are considered physical fitness? We're going to talk a little bit about that today because there is a difference between just getting up and getting active and moving, doing the dishes, but it is a little bit less than something that requires you to be an athlete. So when you read in your 1.02, you're going to read about 5 components of physical fitness, but today we're really going to touch on just about 3 of those. We're going to talk about cardio fitness. We're going to talk about strength and ability, and then we're going to talk about flexibility. So we're going to focus on these 3 things that we're going to talk about continually throughout this semester. We're going to include these in our activity logs that we're going to talk about next week, but these are the 3 main things that we're going to focus on this semester in phys ed class. So cardio, strength and endurance, and flexibility. Cardiovascular is exercising your heart and lungs. We're going to ask you this a lot. Does it get your heart pumping? Does it make you breathe a little bit harder? So when we're talking about activity and we say get up and get moving, and we ask you about your physical activity on your activity logs, the big thing that we're going to ask you is, does it get your heart pumping? Does it get you into your target heart rate, or does it get you moving on up to your maximum heart rate? Strength and muscle endurance. Are you building your muscles? Build your muscles so that you can do an activity longer. And are you increasing your flexibility? Are you lengthening your muscles and preventing injury? So here is an exercise pyramid. There's a really great point of reference. You can Google this and you can see a lot of different ones, but I thought this was a great one that shows you a lot of different exercises. We're going to be working within steps 2, 3, 4, and 5 for our activity logs. Step 1 is a basic get up and get moving that you want to do on a regular daily basis, but doesn't necessarily count toward your activity logs. 2, 3, and 4 are things, and 5 are things that we're going to be counting on our activity logs that you can count for your cardiovascular, that you can count for your strength and endurance, and that you can count for your flexibility, all located right here between steps 2 and 5. So in a minute, I had asked the class to log some of the things that they're already doing, but for your homework, one of the questions on your homework are some of the things that you're already doing. So you're going to find one of the surveys in your assignments for PE fitness plan survey number 1, I'm going to ask you some of those things about what things are you currently already doing that fit physical fitness. For a self-check, what are some of the things that you're already doing that constitute components of physical fitness? Are you doing things that include cardiovascular? Are you doing things that include muscle strength and activity and endurance? And are you doing things that build your flexibility? So we listed some of those things today in class, and if you want to check that out on the full Class Connect, you have the ability to do that as well. So taking a minute to look at where you are and where you live and the things that you do for physical fitness, and taking a look at where you work out or what options you have near you. That will be survey number 2. Taking a look at what things you have available to you, whether it be your home, whether it be a sporting club, whether it be the gym or the parks or just your neighborhood around you or the country around you where you live. Taking phys ed online, you have options that are endless to you. So that would be survey number 2, taking a look at the things around you and just taking a look at those facilities and just analyzing those and writing down what is available to you and what it looks like. So again, survey number 2, where you can find that, and just taking a look at those and writing down some of those options. So putting it all together, we've looked at the 3 types of exercise that you need to incorporate into your workout. You need to look at where you can work out, and now how does it fit all together? You saw a little bit on your pretest what the FIT principle is. Some of you already took a look at that in health class last semester, and some of you might have had it in another, I saw it today in Class Connect, some of you already had it in 5th grade health class, some of you have had it in another subject. So some of it might be familiar to you and some of you have not seen it at all, but the FIT principle stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type, and we refer to exercise. It's about frequency, how many days of the week, intensity, how hard are you working out, time, the time amount in one day, in one setting of exercise, and what type of exercise are you doing. So frequency, how often are you active every day, the intensity, how hard are you working at it, time, how long are you staying active at one time, and type, what type of exercise are you doing? Cardio, strength, and flexibility. And again, it just refers you back to this exercise pyramid, looking again at the frequency, intensity, time, and the type of exercise that you're doing. You can't necessarily do a muscle fitness and exercise like push-ups or sit-ups for more than, 8 to 12 reps at a time. You can't do these for 60 minutes at a time. You can't do things that build that muscle strength, that target that, muscle mass for that length of time. Cardiovascular, those are the things that you're going to be doing for longer periods of time. So this is a great chart to refer to when you're looking at things that specifically outline the FIT principle. Now let's do a self-check, some of the things that you assess your current fitness level and see where you want to be this semester. So that last survey is something that you're going to look at where you currently are and where you'd like to be. So at the end of the semester, you're going to be doing a fitness test, but we're just going to do a self-assessment of where you currently are if you were to take that fitness test. And so I'm just walking you through that a little bit. So what is your fitness level assessment? What do you think your current fitness level would be? And then you can read through those to see if you think that you are very fit, somewhat fit, below average, or not fit at all. And then what would your overall fitness goal be for your semester? And then you can read through those to see, are you physically active? Are you somewhat fit, and what would you like to be? Your fitness level is below average, or do you actually hate physical activity and you're a couch potato and you'd like to just at least be able to appreciate getting active and find something that you'd like to do for a lifetime. And then if you were to take the fitness test, where would you like to be by the end of the semester? How fast, or how long does it take you to run a mile right now? Have no idea? That kind of goes back to what is your fitness level? Are you in pretty good shape? Or are you, a couch potato and don't like to exercise at all and currently not doing any physical activity? How many sit-ups can you do right now? If you have no idea, try it for a minute. How many can you do in 1 minute? And then maybe increase that by 2 or 3 and make that your goal for the end of the semester. How many push-ups can you do in a minute? Not so sure right now? Get down and try it. How many can you do? It doesn't take very long to figure out how many you can do, and increase that by 1 or 2 to make that your goal to increase by the end of the semester. And then the last one would be like your trunk lift. Your trunk is your middle section, and your flexibility is just seeing how flexible you are in that middle section, laying down on the floor and checking that out, measuring from the floor to your chin with your flexibility and arching your back, kind of like doing a Superman. So what does that look like for you? Just simple assessment of where you're currently at and what you want to be by the time we actually do that fitness test by the end of the semester. So just click that submit button after you put your name, first and last name on that, and then easy as can be. All right. So then we just took kind of a self-assessment of where you think you are. Was this a little bit overwhelming for you, a lot to do? Are you pretty good with what the information that we gave out today, or are you completely bored? And then we just gave some options. So if you were a little bit overwhelmed by all of this information in such a short amount of time, we are going to have a help session on Wednesday at 1:30 if you'd like to stop in and come to that. Do you feel pretty good about this information? Then we'll see you next Monday for our activity log session. And then if you're completely bored, we have a challenge quiz for you to take for extra credit. You can find that in Unit 1.02. There is a quiz that you can take just to challenge yourself. It's a little bit harder. It's a little bit different level. And then you can see how well you do to challenge yourself. And if you do well, that is extra credit on your behalf. So I would recommend reading before that, reading the unit. That will help you as well. But it is a little bit of that extra level challenge reading and quiz for extra credit there. So just to give you a little bit there. Next Monday, we will be walking through and working through our activity logs together in class. So be prepared to come to that, or check out the recording so that you get all of that information and answer all of those questions that you might have for that. All right, thank you, and we will see you either Wednesday for our help session or next Monday.